This 1 Degree Outside video is sponsored by the Topsfield Fair, America's oldest fair. You can pre-order your admission, meal, and ride tickets today at topsfieldfair.org and join the fun October 4th through 14th, conveniently located on Route 1, just off of Interstate 95.
Hey everybody, meteorologist Danielle Noyes here. This is your coastal marine forecast, which we always love to bring you on a Friday in detail through the start of next week. Water temperatures and buoy observations, it's that time of the year. We're gradually cooling off. Mid-50s, chilly water temperatures off of down East Maine, still some lower 60s in many areas, to even a few upper 60s left over here when you get back down along the south coast. Narragansett Bay reporting a water temperature of 67 degrees as of Friday. Let's take you through the wind, okay? Generally 5 to 15 miles per hour through the day tomorrow. There's going to be a weakening front that's a leftover trough actually by later on the day, shifts east. Sunday, 5 to 10 miles per hour in general for most spots, so you get from Jordan Basin points east, and it's about 10 to 20 miles per hour during the day on Sunday. Monday, a front coming in, area of low pressure. Out ahead of it, we get 10 to 20 mile per hour winds with some higher gusts. Even closer to the coastline, the wind will kick up in the morning and then shift around on the back side of it and be gusty later in the day on Monday as that northwest wind takes over. That will be with us on Tuesday too, although lighter wind speeds are anticipated at the coastline, generally less than 10 miles per hour. Offshore, we're still kicking up about 10 to 20 miles per hour with some gusts as high as 25 or 30 for our offshore coastal waters. Predicted wave heights. It's a quiet day in the water for our Saturday, generally 2 to 4 foot seas, though offshore we will have some 5-footers that start to crop up. And by the time we get to Sunday, the wave action will build. Matt talked about this in Insights, that the swell from a very distant Hurricane Kirk out in the central Atlantic will build our seas, particularly for the offshore waters. We've got 6 to 8 footers by the time we get to Sunday. And by Monday, look at this, we have some 8, 9, 10-foot seas by the time we get to the Emerald Basin and the Scotian Shelf, close to the coastline, 3 to 5-foot seas, so some small craft advisory is likely needed as that chop kicks up. By Tuesday, a slow decrease in the swell and the wave action. At the coastline, you feel the difference, 2 to 3-foot seas, but there'll still be some 6 to 8-foot seas when you get from the Wilkinson Basin points east by the time we get to Tuesday. Let's zoom in a little bit, take you around for the weekend. The south coast, wind speeds generally 5 to 15 miles per hour. But you see in the legend at the top here, even though the wind isn't that strong on Sunday, yes, that wave action builds, particularly from Nantucket back around to the outer portion, national seashore of Cape Cod. Eastern Massachusetts, generally less than 10 mile per hour wind on Saturday, kicks up a little bit offshore for Stellwagen Bank, 10 miles per hour or less on Sunday, though again, Wilkinson Basin, the wave action starts to increase, and you'll notice that especially on Monday too. Very similar story for the coastline of Maine. Variable wind direction as that front kicks offshore on Saturday early, 10 miles per hour or less, although down East Maine we may get some gusts early in the morning that die down after that. Sunday, generally less than 10 miles per hour. Offshore, we get some 10 to 15 mile per hour wind speeds in terms of sustained winds, but the wave action does increase on Sunday, some 3 to 5 footers, especially the farther offshore you head. So our app is a great tool to have, whether you're close to shore, farther offshore, everywhere in between. You can just download it. It's free. Search for Noyes 1 Degree Outside Weather on the App Store and Google Play.